Hi, my name is Vinny Annunziata, and I'm the founder of Venus Technology Ventures. I'd like to introduce you to my co-founder, Greg Stacy, and we're both very excited to be here with everyone today. I've been in the freight and commodities industry now for the past 30 years, and what I've noticed over that time is every 10 years, there seems to have been a transformational tool that's come along that's helped us interact and access our data. So back in 1987, it was the personal computer, and 10 years later, it was the internet, and 10 years after that, it was the iPhone. And now here we are again, about 10 years later, and there's another transformational tool that's about to help how everyone in this room accesses and interacts with their data. And this tool is something that everyone in this room has already been using since the moment you were born. And that tool is your voice. And we're really excited to be here today to tell you about a new innovation for the freight and transportation industry called Mistro. Mistro lets you access and interact with all of your data in the most frictionless way possible by simply using your voice. Or, because you may not always be in a social situation where using your voice makes sense, such as sitting on a train, you can also send a quick text message using natural language commands or simply tap on an emoji or link to get at your data. So you can either talk, text, or tap to interact with all of your information. And Mistro lets you access and interact with all of your data from anywhere. It works across all of your mobile devices, as well as chat applications such as Slack, Skype, Microsoft Teams, and Telegram, as well as products such as Amazon Alexa and Google Home. Mistro was designed from day one for enterprise business users like yourselves. So unlike consumer products where anybody can ask for the weather or movies, Mistro allows you to permission users for what data they are permitted to see, as well as what data they would like to see. So let me introduce you now to Mistro. As you can see here on the screen, we start off by showing users a menu of various natural language commands to help make it very intuitive and easy to use in order for them to get started right away. For example, I can simply tap on a link here for safety and compliance, and it will bring me to a menu of suggestions where I can simply tap on something such as top drivers by safety and compliance. I can also quickly tap to see my driver vehicle inspection report. Another topic you might want to know about on a daily basis is if drivers are approaching hours of service violations. So if we tap on the microphone in the bottom right-hand corner, we can also talk to Mistro. Show me a let me hit it again. Show me a list of my current drivers who are approaching hours of service violations. Sorry, let me do that one more time. Show me a list of my current drivers who are approaching hours of service violations. And in this situation, you would want to be proactive, so you can also ask Mistro to send out an alert notification to those drivers to help them stay safe. You might also want to talk and ask Mistro questions such as, show me my hours of service violations sorted by lane and driver. Another area that you want to monitor is fleet management. So you can talk or text something like fleet menu. And at this point, users could simply tap on an item such as supply chain fleet sorted by on-time status, and it will return that information. Users can also text a shortcut phrase. For example, I can text reefer, and that would be the same if I had requested what are the current regional reefer rates. If I text accounting, it will show me a list of sample commands that I can simply tap on or text for that topic. Or I can just talk and say something like, show me my international fuel tax report. To make things even easier for users, and especially for drivers and people that might be working remotely in the field, we also have the concept of tapping on emojis, which are simply shortcuts for various voice commands. You can have as many of these shortcuts as you want, and users can even create their own. For example, if I had data in a heat map, I can simply tap on that emoji to view the heat map. If I was interested in hedging, I might talk or text hedging, and it would bring up a suggested list of commands. If I then wanted to place a hedge trade, I might talk to Mistro and say something like this. Hey, can you please buy me 50 freight futures for New York to Los Angeles in December at $2.75 on the nodal exchange? You will notice that this brings up a form entry that was dynamically created without writing any code by simply listening to the intent of the user, then using natural language processing to break it down into the individual tokens that it found, such as quantity, price, commodity, and trading period. It then matches it dynamically to the correct API to go access or save that data. Now, this can be any data and not just trade data. if there's any type of information that you need to collect, perhaps out in the field or on the road, then you can use these dynamically generated forms to capture the data from your users' voices and input it directly into your systems. Now I would like to show you our iPhone application. Our iPhone application has all the same functionality as our enterprise desktop application. OK, great. I can also text commands. OK. For example, if I tap on efficiency, it will bring me directly to those choices where I can tap on something such as my top performing carriers for my preferred lanes. I can also text commands or shortcuts such as Boston in order to get market for my preferred lanes. Or I can just talk and use my voice to say things like, show me my brokers used for my preferred lanes, which will not only show me a list of those brokers, but will also let me tap on their phone numbers and give them a quick call if I wanted. I can also easily tap on different shortcuts at the top, such as my chart or the dry bulk group. And one more thing. There's an audio button that I had turned off during the demo, which allows Maestro to speak back her answers to you. So we support dozens of different languages, so users can have a conversation with Maestro in their own native language. So let's recap. What if you could deliver overnight to all of your users a new tool that lets them talk, text, or tap with their data from anywhere? And what if it worked with your API network of existing legacy applications, as well as all of your new electronic data sources, and accomplished all of that without writing any code? And now I want you to think about training new users. What if, instead of having to train new users on how to hunt and find data in all your various systems, what if you could train new users instantly with a sheet of paper of commands? Because they've been using their voices to ask for things their entire lives. Well, I think all of that would be pretty transformational. And now you can. And we would love to help you accomplish that with Maestro. We hope you take a minute to stop by our booth tomorrow. Or we're giving out these fancy free T-shirts. And hopefully we can help you give your freight data a voice of its own. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.